What really killed me was last Christmas, we canceled a song that was written in the 1940s called Baby It's Cold Outside. People were triggered by that song. Radio stations wouldn't play it. They said it had toxic masculinity in it, and they said that the lyrics had suggestions of male sexual aggression, which is fine if you feel that way. But at the exact same time, the #1 song in this nation for over 2 months was entitled Wet Ladies and gentlemen, I am not making that up. Google it. Check me out on that. I'm not lying. For over 2 months, the #1 song was played on the Grammys. It also won the Best Hip-Hop Song for the American Music Awards and the People's Choice Awards. And so I thought it would be fun to compare and contrast the lyrics of these two songs to see if indeed this country has lost its mind. Now, let's begin with the horribly offensive Christmas song written just after World War II, Baby It's Cold Outside. I really can't stay, baby, it's cold outside. I gotta go away, baby, it's cold outside. This evening has been so very nice. Yeah, you f***ing with some wet ass. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass. Beat it up, N-word, extra large, extra hard. Put this in your face, swipe your nose like a credit card. My mother will start to worry. Beautiful, what's your hurry? My father will be there at the door. Listen to that fireplace roar. Well, maybe just half a drink more. Spit in my mouth. Look in my eyes. This is wet. Come take a dive. Talk your shit, bite your lip, ask for a car while you ride that dick. My sister will be suspicious. Gosh, your lips look delicious. My brother will be there at the door, waves on a tropical shore. Well, maybe just a cigarette more. I need a deep stroker. I need a weed smoker. Not a garden snake. I need a king cobra. I don't want to spit. I want to gulp. I want to gag. I want to choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of my throat. I submit to you that this nation has lost its mind, everybody.
Yeah. What is up? Oh my goodness. Oh. I am awake. I'm awake and I'm thinking to myself as I wake up. Like, the one thing that I splurged, I only spent like $50 on it, was I ordered a leather jacket, well, faux leather, but whatever, off Amazon. Because my old jacket is worn out, right? And yes, birthday was yesterday, Panzernaut. Thank you for the well wishes. But anywho, so jacket comes in today, right? I try it on. By the way, my other jacket, my old one, is a 3X. I can wear it no problem. This new one, which suspiciously doesn't have the size tags on it, made in China, I throw it on, and suddenly it's fat guy in a little coat. Lesson learned. If I buy anything clothing oriented off of Amazon, if it says made in China, it is a Chinese 3X, not an American. Apparently Chinese 3X is like if you're 5'8". Jesus Christ. Man. I've only been awake for about an hour now. But for those wondering, birthday was good. Got a card from Mom, as I usually do. With money inside, as usually is. But, shall we see what it says? So, Mom tries to outgoof herself every year, which I always appreciate. It says here, it's your birthday, big guy. You're entitled to assert your masculinity. Go ahead, leave the toilet seat up. Have a great day. Love, Mom. I did that all the time. That's the funny thing, like, ever since I moved out, you know, because I haven't lived with family. I moved out when I was 18, right, when I graduated from high school. And then I moved back in for, I want to say, about 2 or 3 years after my divorce. And then moved out again. And then I haven't lived there since. And the one thing I have noticed is whenever I get birthday cards from my mom or my younger sisters, it's always in reference to something I did that annoyed them when I lived with them. It's hilarious. Because like one year I got one that was like a reference to me drinking milk straight out of the carton, which is something that I literally always do. Like, just as an example, one time my sister was visiting, my youngest sister, and I walk over to the fridge because I gotta take some medication, right? Walk over to the fridge, grab pop in my meds, untwist the cap on a like on a gallon jug of milk, and just swig, put the cap back on, throw it back in the fridge. And she looks at me with this face of absolute horror. And she goes, did you really just do that? I'm like, did what? I've been a bachelor for so long that I have basically just like, it's just something I'm used to doing. But anywho, but yeah, birthday was good. I didn't end up streaming because I took a really long nap, and it was awesome. But steak, cake, and ice cream were had. I'm a happy man. The steak especially was really good. Like, the steak was a 1 pound ribeye. It wasn't this big, it was like this big, but a 1 pound ribeye cooked to a perfect medium rare in a cast iron pan. So the sear was godlike. Seasoned with the usual salt, pepper, garlic powder. And I swear to you, after I ate it, I was like in zen. It was amazing. I was like, So that was awesome. Oh, what else was there? But yeah, the cake was good. The ice cream was good. So no complaints. The only thing that would have made it better is if I had a hot girlfriend at the time. Literally the only thing that would have made it better. That or somebody deposited like $1 million in my bank account or something. So, but yeah, pretty good stuff. I felt so good I trimmed my beard. I think it looks a lot better this way. One thing that I have noticed is that whenever I don't trim this hair here along the sides of my face, it puffs like outward and makes me look like I've got like 50 extra pounds of weight on me. It's really weird. Now I saw that Junk in chat wanted me to talk a little bit more about G-Quack. Here's the thing, there's not really a whole lot else to say about it. I think I can sum it up in one comment, because somebody got on me about saying that it looks kind of generic. Which to me it does. I feel like I've seen it before, even though it's brand new. And whenever something comes up, and it's the first time I'm looking at it, and I feel like I've seen it before, like, that's to me, that's not a good sign. So, let me pull up the comment here. Because I thought that this was, this is pretty good. And by the way, don't think that I'm bagging on the person who disagreed with me. Disagreements are fine. And, you know, not really a huge deal. But let me find it. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Where did it go? Did it get downvoted? There it is. Okay, I found it. So, I thought that this was actually pretty spot on. And hey, Ray, thank you for renewing your membership, good sir. Why are my alerts not on? I'm gonna fix that. What is going on there? Hold on one sec. Let me check my overlays. Let me refresh the alert box, and then let me try something here. So this is, oh wow, it hasn't even updated super chats from me since the 16th of last month. What the fuck is going on? So that worked, but that's from months ago. Alright, I'm reloading all my overlays. Hopefully that'll fix it. We'll see what happens. Did an update mess it up? I don't know. Maybe. It's possible. But anyway, let's look at this comment that I really felt like said it quite well. It's this short one. He says here, so one gentleman disagrees with my statements. He says, my boy did not just call take generic anime just now. Put this side by side with Sword Art Online and tell me that again. And this guy right here put my thoughts in it better than I could. So thank you to Curse Shinobi Clown. He says, it looks like every other Studio Trigger anime ever. That right there is basically my thoughts. It looks like every other Studio Trigger anime. I was surprised when I looked into the people behind it that it wasn't. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big Studio Trigger fan. So the art style it doesn't vibe with me. You know, it's something about it. Like, let's bring up the mobile suit real quick. So okay, so you guys wanted more in depth. Well, you want a more in-depth look at it. Let's bring up the actual robot. I'm trying to find a good image of it. Here we go. So, here's the robot itself, right? I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. God, I hate that feeling. But when I look at this has one of the biggest problems that I have with a lot of mecha design in the modern day. In fact, I think everything wrong about current mecha design is right here in this robot. The problem that I have, oddly enough, I'm going to make a kind of cringe Yahtzee Croshaw reference. one of my criticism, or one criticism that Yahtzee Croshaw had about the first Darksiders game back in the day was with the character of War. It came across like Joe Mad sat down, drew a character, and then just didn't stop drawing. Like, you had it, and then you went too far. And in this, like, they didn't even have it, and they went too far. Like, this thing's a mess. It's a fucking mess. Like, everything about it is just all over the place. Like, it doesn't even have full feet. It has like a quarter of a foot. It looks like there was a completely different robot design, and then whatever this is fell ass over tea kettle and broke, and they just kind of tried to glue it back together with a bunch of additional parts. It's too fucking busy. Way too fucking busy. Let's compare it to some other designs, shall we? So to kind of get my point across as to like why I fucking hate what I'm looking at. Now, maybe this is not fair in what I'm going to compare it to. But at the same time, you're going to make a Gundam. Going to get compared to other Gundams. Period, point blank. So, let's do some comparisons. So we got the G-Quack, right? The G-Quack. We got, you know what, guys, do you know what we're going to call this Gundam from here on in? What our nickname for it is going to be on this channel? Ducky. We're going to call this Ducky. So Ducky, we're going to compare Ducky to a couple of different famous Gundam designs. Okay? So we got Ducky here. Our waterfowl friend. Now here's Heavy Arms. There's concept art lends credit to your theory that two separate mecha designs were mashed together. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't, like, look at the left and then look at the right. On the right, I know what this thing is about. I know exactly what this thing is about. It's really easy to tell what Heavy Arms is about. Daka Daka Daka. Right? Lots of guns, lots of missiles. You know, dope-ass paint scheme. It's not overly complicated. It's effectively 3 major colors. Blue, white, yellow. That's it. And the primary of it, and the other thing that to note is that it's really easy to anthropomorphize because the face of the mobile suit is very distinctive and easy to understand. It's a simple yet cool looking design. It is of course your standard Gundam head, but it's also got these radio antenna here to make it look like a soldier basically, right? To kind of give that sort of an aspect to it. What the fuck is this? Like the V-fin is all over the place. The face is like oddly segmented for reasons I don't really get. It just, I don't know, it looks really weird. So there's that. So if that's unfair, this next one's gonna be very unfair because the next one is like literally the greatest Gundam design ever. The new Gundam. It's a high budget Metabot. Right there. Junk got it. That's what it reminds me of. It looks more like a Metabot than it does a Gundam. Holy shit, Junk. You right there. You're the MVP, brother. Goddamn. Hey, Brain, what is up, dude? We're talking about robots. It looks like a Metabot. It looks like a Metabot that, well, specifically, it looks like a Metabot that fell into a clothing store and then just like stammered its way out. But anyway, again, mobile suit on the right, you get what it's all about. Looks like a military machine. It's like what it is attempting to accomplish with its design is really easy, but there's a little bit of mystery because you're like, hey, what are those big funnel things on its back? What do those do? You know, it's cool and interesting looking while still having a size and shape that is immediately identifiable. This thing is just it's just a fucking mess. So, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm an old man. Maybe it's just me being old, which is entirely possible. Oh, fuck. But it literally might just be me being old, but the design on the left it doesn't look good. And again, this has sort of become my issue with design in general these days. I don't, it's not just in like anime that I see, it's in the West too. Is I'll see like a brand new indie comic coming out, right? And the design of the character is over designed as fuck. It's like the whole thing doesn't know its asshole from a wristwatch. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and Ducky here is a really good example of that. Like, it is over designed as hell. So, yeah, I have, like, it's really disappointing. It really is. No, well, that's the thing, Tyler. Like, the MCU is not over-designed. I feel like that's just a thing where people just don't like the MCU that today. Which, you know what, fair enough. Like, there's been like one or two things that the MCU has put out in the last 4 years that were good. But let's let's test that theory. Give me a second. So, let's take the MCU design of Captain America. Now do you see why I think that comparison doesn't work? This is not over-designed. This is a modernization of the classic Captain America costume. You literally get everything Captain America here. You get the wings on the side of the head. It's obviously inspired by Ultimate Cap with the straps here. The stars and stripes. It's Cap. You know? But let's take even a more recent design of a classic character. Even then, this doesn't really feel over-designed to me. It's just Thor but it's fancier looking. But even then, the way that these shapes play with each other, this is like classic Jack Kirby stuff. Like this is like stuff out of the New Gods, you know? So yeah, I don't really feel like that's an appropriate comparison. You know, what this is again, this is just a problem with a lot of modern design these days. It's just too much is going on. There's just too much. Let me show you guys what I mean when I excuse me. And funnily enough, looking at this compared to War from Darksiders, even though War from Darksiders is kind of over-designed, even War is simpler than this. You know? So it has the same color scheme as the X3 Crossbone, but worse. It kind of does, doesn't it? And saying that just makes me sad that they're not doing Crossbone. And again, this is the big thing that pisses me off. Looks like Gridman, and I didn't like Gridman's design. People were saying in comments like stuff about Gridman. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Gridman, dude. I honestly don't give a fuck. Like, in the most recent Super Robot Wars game, anytime a Gridman level came up, I skipped all the fucking dialogue, beat it as fast as I can, and moved on to something more interesting, like Elgheim. Because Elgheim is great. But yeah. So yeah, this is just a design that it really honestly looks like it fell ass over tea kettle. I really hate the look of it. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I really don't. Uh, Well, Tyler Preston, don't think that I'm bagging on you, dude. I'm just making a point. Like, if there's one thing that the MCU gets right, is that they do a really good job of modernizing costumes, but making them like you see them, and you immediately know who you're looking at. Another example of that. Where is... Brain, thank you for the $10. I don't know why my fucking alerts aren't working. It says, thank God for caffeinated soda. 13 hours in the hole. Better get my Sunday off because the clown who called out on Tuesday does it again. I'm going to come for his job. As you fucking should. Where is it at? Why is it so hard to find a full body render of Wanda fucking Maximoff? Here's a good example of it. Of a modernization of an old design. I like the one on the left a lot more, to be honest with you. The guy who doesn't like sleeves doesn't like the sleeves. So, go figure, right? But this is a really good modernization of Wanda's classic costume. You instantly understand, hey, that's the Scarlet Witch. Simple, right? Like, it's very, very, very easy to figure out. It's very easy to spot. You understand what's going on. You understand who it is. There's no confusion, over what you're getting yourself into, right? Then there's this. Quack. Yes, hello, Serena. Trying to think of another good one. Another good example of this. But yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I look at this and I just say to myself, like, man, like, it's not even like a busy design that's that interesting, like, because it's not really telling a story with its design. Let's do a design that is so fucking ridiculous, but you understand what it's all about just by looking at it. Brain probably knows where I'm going with this. We're gonna do Warhammer, baby. Specifically, a very big boy. The Imperator Titan. Look at this motherfucker. It is ridiculous in its design. It's absolutely... Imperator Titans are fucking silly looking, but I love them. But here's the thing. It tells you everything you need to know about it just by looking at it, and you're not confused as to what the big thing fucking does. It's got giant-ass guns that are the size of a goddamn town. It's got a big-ass church on its back. And it's got a skull for a face. Gee, I wonder if this kills people. Meanwhile, quack. Well, this you can tell at least kills people because it's got an axe. But everything else, the rest of it is like, again, it's ass over tea kettle. Just, what the fuck are you doing? Let me see. Do I have a screenshot of the Imperator from Space Marine 2? Let me check something. Give you guys a better look at it. Because this is a really up-close shot. Let me check my screenshots here. I want to say that I got a screenshot of the Imperator Titan. There it is. Can it survive a fight with Godzilla? Hey, Brain, aren't Imperator Titans even bigger than Godzilla? Correct me if I'm wrong. But the thing is that it's one of those things where you're like, like, you understand what you're looking at, you know? It's like, wow, that's a giant robot with a fucking cathedral on its back, and it's got guns everywhere. I wonder what this does. Meanwhile, quack. But the Imperator Titan is a busy design, but you get what they're going for, you know. Let's see. How big is an Imperator Titan? An Imperator Titan lists itself from up to 40 meters, though in later corrections it's been increased to 55. That even sounds small. Okay, 140 meters sounds a little bit more appropriate. Because that's 459 feet. So yeah, Imperator Titans are bigger than Godzilla. They are scary. If I remember right, and again, people can correct me if I'm wrong. An Imperator Titan, like, when the Tau saw an Imperator Titan, they had heard rumors of human mechs, and they're like, oh, they sound like they're completely impossible to make. There's no fucking way. And then they saw an Imperator Titan and they're like, oh my god. They're like, it's a waste of resources. Then it fired its gun and they're like, oh god, we're fucked. Because you're not beating that. Like, an Imperator Titan is actually the size of a mountain. You know, like, it's massive. It is. The interiors of them are described as being like cities unto themselves, which is fucking crazy. And fucking awesome, might I add. That's the Imperium for you, though. That's why I like them. Among other reasons. That just, Space Marines are fucking cool. Alright. So, well, you wanted my thoughts on Quack. You now have him. Bleh. That's what I have to say. Also, speaking of 40K, this screenshot here was released with the fact that the next update drops on the 10th, which is Tuesday. Which is the Dark Angels update, which I'm looking forward to. But the one thing the only thing I can say about this, Brother Kleptis has struck again. Oh man. If I ever work for Games Workshop, I'm going to beg them, please let me start a webcomic starring a blood raven named Brother Kleptis. Excuse me. Call him Kleptis Maximus. Nickname the Sneak Thief. Oh, goodness. Happy birthday, Tart Wrangler. Now, let's be fair. I don't have to do that these days. Thank God. We're alive. I'm gonna be an old man for a second and just kind of sit here. Ugh. Also baffles me to pick the character design of Pokemon to be the next designer for a Gundam anime. Yeah, cause my thing is like I feel like Pokemon could be really over designed too. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me that the best designs in Pokemon weren't the original gen. Though I don't remember which Pokemon had the fucking sombrero in the second gen, but the fact when Hatman and I were playing through it and I caught one, I named it Bongwater. That will live with me forever. That was a lot of fun. Though I will say I do like the design of the Mudkip. The Mudkip is pretty cool. Thank you, Serena. may not stream for very long tonight. I might just go for another hour and then go back to sleep. Like old man is feeling it. That's basically like where my head's at right now. Because it's been stupid cold, like just the idea of curling up with a book and then falling asleep sounds really good right now. So I think after we stream, that is what we're going to do. Last 4 Gundams were female focused. Yeah, I've noticed that. I do think that they are trying to do the whole thing where... I'm not going to say they're going for the modern audience. I don't really feel like Sunrise has... Because keep in mind, Sunrise is a company that came out and said that an obvious gay marriage was up to interpretation. Like... Do you guys remember the backlash from that? It was hilarious. It was so goddamn funny. The shippers went fucking insane. God damn. But, so I don't think it's like the whole modern audience thing, but I definitely think that they're going for more, like, they're trying to get the shoujo fans in here, is what I think they're going for. They're trying to appeal more to girls, to young girls. Because I think that Sunrise knows one thing that is honestly true. Most men don't give a flying fuck what the gender of the protagonist of a show is. We don't. We just don't care. It does not bother us. You know? You know, like... What's one science fiction franchise that most men love? Alien. We fucking love Alien. Sigourney Weaver's most famous role is probably Ellen Ripley. We love Ellen Ripley. We think she's great. Dudes love Ripley. We just do. We don't like Newt, though. That scream is so fucking annoying. But yeah, we love Ripley. Men do not give a flying fuck if there are female protagonists. Despite what Kotaku would tell you. Men do not give a shit about it. We don't fucking care as long as it's just be good. Just be fun. Just be enjoyable. We're here for a good time. You know, it's that simple. But I think that they're consistently aiming for that younger teenage girl demographic to try to rope them in as well. And it seemed to work for The Witcher Mercury for a time. But and let's be honest, that's why Seed is popular. Seed is stupid popular with women. Stupid popular with women. Like, that is literally what brought them back from the brink. In some people's eyes, is, hey, let's go for teenage girls. And it worked. With Seed, it worked. But the problem that we're running into is just like, we don't, like, Gundam is kind of losing a sense of what it used to be. You know? And it's really unfortunate. You know? Or at least, but now here's the thing about Quack. Is that with Quack, given the creative team, it still could end up being really good and subverting expectations. Because, like, one thing that it could very easily do, because this is Anno we're talking about, is one thing with Anno's stories is they start as one thing and they end as something completely different. Which is something that I honestly was wishing that Witcher Mercury was going to do and then didn't. Because it just focused on the space duels too much. But yeah. But yeah, I think that's just what they're aiming for. Is that they're, you know, the Japanese are like, we want more of the female market. The thing is, I've always kind of felt like you don't really necessarily need to go there, because you want to know another pretty good Gundam show that has a pretty substantial female following is Unicorn. And Unicorn is flawed, but it's also good. You know, it's just not perfect. It's good luck, you know, like equaling something like Zeta or Double Zeta or Char's Counterattack. Like, that shit ain't happening. But it tried really hard. You know, which I can appreciate. All right. Ugh. Fuck. Do 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 do. Oh man. Waiting for the game to boot up. Oh, shit. Alright, have a good night, Breen and Junk. Thank you for popping in, guys. Alright. Batman. Ugh. Goodness gracious. So I forget where we left off with this. Ah! What the fuck? The game minimized on me. There we go. Continue story. So last we left it, if I remember right, Ivy had passed away.
This might sound crazy, but I'm pretty sure I just saw a robot walking around out here. Man, look at all the construction work. No economic downturn here. Pretty ugly, though. The way they're building all that new stuff right on top of the old. I didn't know we had an architectural connoisseur on the squad. Hey, I know an ugly skyscraper when I see one. Besides, have you been down there on the underside? It's creepy. All those abandoned shops and empty alleys. So we're a gun tower with a broken gun. Just great.
Trust me, buddy.
We've got our orders. Leave the riddle guy alone.
It gets worse.
Got it. The bot.
down. Damn, those... The military big guys attack pretty quick. Ow! Wow, I'm fucking this up bad. Got him. Have a good night, Axel. Everybody's dropping like flies tonight. I must have started a bit late. I think in the future I'm gonna start trying to make the 5 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock. So I think tonight I'm gonna go to bed a bit earlier to kind of adjust that sleep schedule a little bit better. Let's see here. RAM charge, afterburner recharge level. This is better. Give me those. There we go. Okay, what do we have intel on? Let's go after Two-Face.
The alarm's been tripped at the Bank of Gotham Drescher branch. Two-Face's crew are trying their luck, sir.
And up we go.
Who's giving the orders now? This is insane. No one's telling us what the hell's going on.
It's Batman!
That was easy. Do I hate the baby hippo? How can you hate a baby hippo? How do people actually hate baby hippos? I can understand hating full-sized hippos. Like, there has to be somebody out there that has like a blood vendetta against a hippo. Has to exist. But I can't hate him as babies.
The Bank of Gotham Drescher branch. Two-Face's crew are trying their luck, sir.
Not to mention, I saw a meme of the baby hippo that was of it nibbling on someone's leg, and it said, "Corn cares not from where the blood flows." I'm like, yeah. And hey, Chunky, thank you for the cake and the buck 49. Very much appreciated, buddy.
All right, boys, go, go, go! We're gonna be rich when Bobby takes his cut. Well, both his cuts.
My attacks will be covered by the noise of the alarm. No need to be subtle.
Man, we're all set to retire.
What else we got?
For this jump, we'll tell you why it should start. Tails again. That's 2 bullets for each kid. Tails again? Tasting a foul mood today.
Also, before we take off, I do have something cool to show you guys.
Head. Oh, fate shows a little mercy. Tails. You can't argue with the truth.
Next.
Destiny was on your side, but it's head. I see back in. He's here.
I fucked that one up.
I lost him. I think he went that way. Tails. Fate wants a massacre. Who am I to deny it? Keep it together. Forget Batman. Keep the money coming.
Gotcha.
Gentlemen, it's bonus time. You want to double your pay tonight? It's as easy as kill the Batman.
Two-Face cut the alarm. I need to be quiet.
Are we all still in one piece? Yes.
A bullet's too quick. I'll beat him to death.
Oh, is that so?
About killing that freak.
Positive mental attitude, my friend. One of the principles.
One of the what? Bat don't know it, but he saved the best for last.
Cloak and dagger crap won't work on us.
They lie to themselves as easily as they breathe.
This guy, is he dead?
Where you at?
On me.
How many I got? 4 left? 5 left. What are they all at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah.
Oh crap! We got men down all over the place. He's picking us off.
How the hell are we supposed to fight him if we don't understand that?
Hey, wait, we're gonna find a bat who took him out. I'll check the guy he knocked out.
I'll watch your back.
I'll shoot him
There's
down
4.
and see what happens.
Not again.
That freak thinks he's got us scared.
Speak for yourself.
Get a grip, man.
Why do the thugs always think Batman kills one of them? Well, to be fair,
Can't help him. He's
if
out
you
cold.
if you find somebody that has been knocked unconscious, and if they're not breathing heavy after they've been knocked out, you would almost think that they're dead.
Hey, buddy, you okay?
No, I'm not okay. You?
We can take this freak.
Can you though? Can you?
I knew you wouldn't let this slide. Remember when I had the principal? Remember when I told Gordon we should arrest you? Said we shouldn't work with vigilantes? You promised me we'd crush crime in Gotham within the year. Was I ever part of the plan? Or was I just a distraction? A pretty boy lawyer the mob can focus all that hate on, while you tore them apart. Last chance. Get out of my way, or I deal with you myself.
Insert the Simon thing from what's that one Stallone Demolition Man? Oh, I'm so scared.
Cash. The Drescher Bank's secure. Send a car for dense men.
On it.
Do I not go out this way? Nope, it's the other way. Okay. Running, 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 running. They thought I was gonna play fair. That's funny.
I wish we had this kind of hardware on every job. Sure make things easier. Sure, it's Firefly. Could have sworn Gotham's supposed to have a firebug, too.
This is it! The biggest bank in Gotham.
No, I don't think that Batman killing people gives him would ever give him more layers, Leo. If anything, it makes him too simple. Batman killing people
Just
literally
like the others,
misses
these
the
thugs
point
can't
of the
hear a thing
character.
over the alarms.
He's
I'll hit
supposed to
them as
have
hard as I
morals.
can.
Harvey wants this place stripped clean. We got company! If it's Batman, kill him, but keep focused on the cash! Kill the bat and grab the cash! Eat!
Should have left us alone, old friend.
Why?
We were gonna spare you. But, well, the coin had other ideas.
What's the bat doing here?
We don't forget what happened, Batman.
Batman! He's
You
over
set us up all those years ago.
He's using the floor grates! Take out the grates! Stop the bastard! I see Batman! He's Got another man down over here! Keep your eyes open! He's still here! You come near the water!
just a man. Kill him. How do you do it, Batman? Play hero when you leave guys like me behind.
He's over here! He's going! I lost him! I think he went that way!
I'm getting super focused right now.
Lloyd wants him dead. Hit the face, damn it. Kill him.
I think back! Another man down! Don't let him stop us! Stay away, Bat, or I'll blow the crap out of you!
Love it, I love it, I love it.
I warned you, Batman. We dead. Stay the hell away.
Come on! Keep it coming!
You should have let us be, Batman. But here you are.
This is incredible! Oh God, the bat! Got another man down over here. Keep your eyes open. Still here. Stay away, Bat, or I'll blow the crap out of you.
I'm not your mother last night. Sorry.
All of you, out!
Tails you lose, Batman. And these guys will make sure.
Uh-huh.
Bring us his corpse!
No more alarm to hide the sound of my attacks. I need to be quiet.
I've got the signal. Surveillance traces everywhere. Trying to locate origin. I've lost the signal.
Okay.
We'll kill you for what you did to us.
How do I shut it off?
Finally. What the hell was that?
I know you're there, old friend.
Anyone got eyes on target? Anyone see him?
He's gone. Spread out and find him.
I can't sabotage that until I upgrade the disruptor.
Come out, you damn coward!
All of your choices led to this moment, Batman.
Damn it! My ears!
Shut up! Shut it off!
That takes care of the jammer. 6 hostiles, huh? I can work with that.
It was fate, Batman, to die like this.
Where are you? Where's my cover? Can you hear me? Think something's moving. Whoa!
Night night, Harv.
He went this way!
Well, I handled Two-Face kind of easy.
Deploying thermal barrack charge. the lookout!
Can't let him do that.
Wake up! No! He's grappled up! Find him! I got him! This way! Over here!
2 left.
He went this way! He's in the floor! Eyes down! Oh, deploying thermobaric charge!
Bam! Easy as pie, baby.
Cass, I've captured Two-Face. I bring him to you.
I didn't expect taking out Harvey would be that hard or that easy, but he walked literally right into a corner takedown.
Yeah, I'm okay. You sure?
Settle down, Dent.
Don't call me that.
I don't believe that.
I wish I was dead. I'm a freak because of you.
That wasn't my fault.
You're the man who put that acid-throwing bastard in the dock. You said we'd save Gotham.
I'm sorry, Harvey. End of the line, Dent.
Never count me out of the game.
Thanks, Batman. I didn't think we were gonna make it back there.
Hands off the boss, bat freak. Yeah, he's twice the man you are.
Save your breath. We'll get our chance.
Not anytime soon.
Gotham ain't going down yet, Batman. Thanks to you.
I might have known you'd get in here first, Oswald. Justice never favors the weak.
Keep talking, Harv. I want that smile off the other side of your face if you ain't careful.
So how's it hanging, Harv? Color me insensitive, but I've always wanted to ask. Did everything get split down the middle?
Oh, goodness. 55% lockup capacity, huh? Not bad.
Let me tell you a secret. You haven't seen the last of him. He's gonna find you, and when he does, he's gonna rip out your heart.
Okay. Let me do a thing. What's the thing that I was going to look up for? So, those are Batarang things. Is it Gadget Tech? Stun duration area effect. Breeze cluster. Sabotage sentry gun dispenser. Sabotage medic. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay. Sabotage medic is fucking evil, but I love it. Alright. Let's head out and just kind of do some stuff. And then I'm going to show you guys something cool that I've done. That I have planned for the future.
Batman's in pursuit. I need help. Send support teams on my position. Incoming. Hang on.
Bye-bye. Now down to 2. Where'd your escorts go? Oh, he brought more friends, guys. Oh, there they go. You're out of friends.
The militia just lost one more lieutenant.
We're supposed to keep watching that kid.
It is going pretty good, Love Deep. What about werewolves? What's my favorite werewolf movie? I haven't watched it in a long time, but American Werewolf in London I remember being pretty good. Ugh, excuse me.
Once in a lifetime opportunity. Couldn't turn down a chance to kill Batman. This will go down in history.
When don't release get here? I want to go on a bat hunt.
Not till morning, soldier. Till then, we keep this tower locked down.
So the knight spent months teaching us how to kill the bat, only to make us wait up here all night?
This is how you kill them. What's up with the drone? It's trying to kill me!
That solves that problem. Granted, now that I think about it, I haven't watched American Werewolf in London since I was like 17. Bam!
Be nice if Scarecrow got one of those freaking billboards and apologized for gassing us.
Let's do one more of these. And then, I guess we can do, I'll close out by showing you guys this cool thing I'm working on. I know we're not doing a lot of gameplay tonight, but you guys really got me on a good yapping spree, so I wasn't gonna stop it.
And I'm not saying it will. Who do we have to answer to? Scarecrow or the Knight? Scarecrow's just the client, okay? This is only a job. We stick with the Knight. If he keeps the militia together, we will. You will. I'm sure of it. Army treated us like used toilet paper, but the Knight, he understands guys like us, looks out for us. Doesn't... What's his face? It doesn't matter. I still remember when he found me. I was...
Torchlight's busted. Come on, what are you waiting for?
Down. Fast. Bam! Just in time. Yeah! Alright. Let me show you guys this thing I'm working on. Then I'm gonna... I might stream this I might not. I would like to. But let me show you something. Show you a little something. So do people in here know what Tabletop Simulator is by chance? What I have downloaded is this thing called Force.org. And if this looks familiar, it's 40K. So basically what I'm going to be doing, let's load a model in here. Let's do the Dark Angels. Yep, it is literally a virtual 40K tabletop. One of the big barriers to entry for a lot of people whenever it comes to 40K, at least from what I've seen with a lot of people, is the cost of it. It's a very expensive hobby. So you might be getting into the lore and you might want to play the actual game and you start looking at the money and you're like, I don't know if I want to invest in this. I've been watching people play the tabletop recently. It looks like a fucking blast of a strategy game. So I am going to probably invest at some point. Because here in town we actually have a gaming store that they do like regularly. They do a weekly Warhammer thing that I could go to. But this is a good way to learn how to play it without having to invest a bunch of money in the models before you think you're going to enjoy it. So right here we've got... Oh, hold on a second. I need to switch my audio back to my normal speakers so you guys can hear it. But we've got all the hero characters. So we got the Lion right here, Lionel Johnson. The cool thing about this is that each one, it's like if you see it here on this part and it says 1 of 3, it means that there's different states to it. So you can click on state number 2 and it's him with his helmet and his hood. And if you go to state number 3, it's him with his helmet with the wings on it. But we've got Asmodai, Ezekiel, Master Lazarus, Company Master Balthazar, the Watchers in the Dark, Belial, Samael, Azrael, Cypher, Lord, who's the head of the Fallen, Grandmaster Alahel. We've got a lieutenant with a relic shield, another relic shield and mastercrafted power weapon, and there's 4 variations of this. By the way, a lot of the ones that we're looking on the left here, these are firstborn. These aren't even, well no, some of these are Primaris. But a lot of these are older kids. Yes, these are still Primaris because those are. It's Captain with a relic shield. Let's go back here. So like these here are firstborn Marines. So we got a lot of our firstborn stuff, but with a little bit of Primaris as well, like the aggressors. I love aggressors. Deathwatch aggressor, or Deathwing rather. Not Deathwatch. We got Deathwing Terminators here. The famous Deathwing Terminators, probably the best Terminator squad in the Imperium, outside of the Grey Knights. Got one back here with a grav cannon. More Terminators. Different weapon sets. Claws, hammers. These are captains, I think. Those are sergeants, rather. But you got heavy flamers, storm bolters with missile racks, inceptors with jump packs, hammer strikes. So back here you got all the vehicles and all the dreadnoughts. So you got the Brutalis, the Ballistus, the Invictor, the Redemptor, and just a standard. All of these have different modes to have different loadouts. So you got all the vehicles, including the Thunderhawk, drop pods, hammerfall bunkers, Raven Wings. Then down here, I think, are newer Primaris models. These are like, yeah, these are Reaver. These are Reaver squads. I think back here we got your Scout Marines. Primaris captains. You got a captain in Gravis armor, a chaplain, and then back here, in these little bags, there's details and stuff like that you can pull off and put onto the models. See if it'll let us assemble him. Nope, not quite. Okay, but you get the drift. You get the drift, right? But literally everything that you would need. Blade Guard Ancients, Infiltrators, like it's crazy how in-depth this is. Down to Captains, Tech Marines, Librarians. Though I don't think these Librarians are colored right. I thought all these are Phobos Librarians, that's why. Company Vets. And they've got several different ones here. So, and I'm going to show you guys how you build an army. This is multiplayer. So, let me clear the zone here. I'm going to show you guys how you build an army. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to load up the Raven Guard. And what you can do is you can go to a website like New Recruit. How much is this on Steam? $10, I think. But I'm going to go on to New Recruit real quick. I'm going to pull one of my list of my Raven Guard, which I call my sneaky beakies. So I just grabbed the yellow scribe code. So I got my Raven, all the Raven Guard are here. So you launch yellow scribe, put in our code. And it loads your army list. Now the thing you got to do though is you have to go into the models here and grab the characters in question. So we got a few different versions of Cave and Shrike here. There's a black, you know, those two, and then the old Cave and Shrike model, which is right here. So if you want Caven with his beautiful coif, you can have that version of him. Oh, there's two states of this? I didn't even realize that. Does this have him with his helmet? No, it doesn't. So, I'm a big fan of the fact that these guys still use the beaky helmets. So we're going to take Caven from there. So we have Caven Shrike. And then what else do I have for my leaders? I have Caven. I have a captain with a jump pack, a chaplain in Terminator armor, and a librarian in Terminator armor as my other leaders. So I need, that's a captain. Captain with a jump pack, so there's that. And then, where are the chaplains at? I think they're back here. Ah! That's a librarian, which is not what I'm looking for. Oh, I'm looking for a chaplain and a librarian in Terminator armor. So, there's the librarian. Where, pray tell? Is that you? There we go, chaplain in Terminator armor. And then what's the other option with this guy? Crozius and a Stormbolter. Well, and that's the great thing about these is I can see like what is... Okay, so he does have a Stormbolter and a Crozius. So I take my leaders, click and drag, bring them over. And then what I do, I click on the name, and then click on the model. Oop, that didn't do it right. There you go. So that associates that with Caven. And we'll take our captains. So jump pack is chainsword and heavy bolt pistol. That is a power sword. And that's power fist. Power fist with a hand flamer. Power sword again. There it is, chainsword. Oh, needs chainsword with a bolt pistol. That's a hammer. There it is, chainsword with a bolt pistol. Click that. And then Chaplain Terminator. Librarian Terminator. Have a good night, Leo. Hey, Columbia. Says, throws in $5. Says, the site is chaos. Manager says, guaranteed 20 hours of overtime as a flex guard. Apparently not having kids and a girlfriend can be a major financial benefit. Well, good for you, dude. I used to love working overtime when I did security. Okay, intercessors are what I need next. Those are eliminators. This is the one thing that admittedly is kind of a bummer about all this, is you have to sort through all of them. So the eliminators, blade guard, incursors, infiltrator, infernus, hellblaster, desolation, terminators, scouts. Where are the intercessors? Those are tac marines. There we go. Primaris intercessors. Are these intercessors with jump packs, though? No, they are standard intercessors. Okay. And there's the sergeant. So let's grab these. The great thing about this is you can just highlight multiple models and click and drag them over. This game rig heavy? I don't think so. I could be wrong though. Okay, so bolt pistol, bolt rifle, which is that's what this guy's got. So, bolt pistol, bolt rifle, close combat weapon. Which close combat weapon can be anything. If it's not specific, it doesn't matter. So, now aggressors. Specifically with storm bolters. Those are Terminators. Here's my aggressors. Bolt Storm with basing. That's Flame Storm with basing. I might have to take this because there's no other options. Because they have... Oh, wait. Never mind. I took the wrong ones. Because I'm supposed to... The ones that I picked had the frag storms on their shoulders. Which are these two. You can see why I like aggressors. They're very versatile. It's a lot of long-range pounding that a Raven Guard one can give you. Granted, my favorite aggressors are the Salamander ones because they got the dual flamethrowers. Now we have intercessors with jump packs. Specifically, bolt pistol and chainsword, which they were over here. Pistol and chainsword. Okay, so plasma fist, bolt chain. There we go. Bring them over. So that's our intercessor sergeant and our normal intercessors. Now, Raven Guard, if you'll notice this, is that I've got a good amount of kind of rangy boys here and then some close combat dudes. But now we get to the fun stuff. The Eliminators. I love these guys. Because they're snipers. Specifically, they can use las fusils. And if I remember correctly, their range is fucking nuts. Okay, so Eliminator Sergeant. And Eliminators. And then the great thing about this, because I've got a lot of them. Like, every guide that I read about the Raven Guard, they said, snipers and jetpacks. That's basically what you do. So, what I can do is, with different states of the Eliminators... Oh, shit. Did you see that? I lost him! Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. Okay, I've got another thing of Eliminator Sergeant over here, so it's not a huge deal. That was funny. Because this is physics-based, so things can fall through. Oh, wait, there he is again. That was hilarious, though. He just... Woo! Okay. So, what I can do... is if I want each squad to look different, I can pick a different state for the model to give it a little bit of variation. So now I need scouts. These are kind of my cannon fodder. Yeah, Shin, I'm not a big fan of it either. I really don't know what Gundam is doing. They're kind of losing me. If my recent fascination with 40K hasn't been evidence enough, Gundam is kind of losing me on... Oh, wait. I don't need scouts with heavy bolters. I fucked up. There we go. I need scouts with bolt guns. So you piss off. Now I need suppressors. Another sniper unit. I'm kind of glad that Brain went to bed because he's going to see this and be like, Micah, fuck you. Do I want these suppressors or do I want the other ones? These are firstborn models. I'll stick with the Primaris. Now, big boys, Terminator squads. I need Terminator Assault. With claws and a sergeant with claws. Because this is the Raven Guard we're talking about. If you don't have claws, you're doing something wrong. Now, standard Terminators. I need heavy bolters. And, of course, one with missile rack, because, of course. Again, we're playing Raven Guard here. Gotta have long range. And then finally, the big long-range friend. When I mean big, I mean big. A fucking Redemptor Dreadnought. Ah! You fell over. Nobody. Flip back over. Almost got him. Ha! There you go. Redemptor Dreadnought. And then a Storm Raven. With an assault cannon, Natch. And then you just click on Create Army. And then it organizes it neatly for you. So we've got... I'm going to move this around a little bit. Put Crate there. Captain with a jetpack. So we've got our leadership. We've got a chaplain in Terminator armor. If you just mouse over them, it tells you all their stats. Stormbolter's range is nuts. 24 inches. God. Which, of course, the chaplain has some great abilities. Librarian, which, of course, is a psychic. It specifically has something called Veil of Time. So, what does Veil of Time mean? It says, when this model is leading a unit, weapons equipped by this model have the sustained hits ability. They do a lot of damage. It also has spells that have a 24-inch range called Witchfire spells. So, Librarians are pretty fucking good. And as you can see, the Redemptor Dreadnought is fucking huge compared to everything else. This thing is a monster. Let me read off what it can do. So Redemptor Dreadnought. It has a heavy onslaught Gatling cannon. These here. A heavy flamer, which is right here on the underside of the hand. And a twin frag storm grenade launcher. And then this here is also called the Redemptor Fist. And then on top of that, the gunship can carry... How many people was it? 12 Astartes models and 1 Dreadnought. So I can load this thing up basically with either all of my scouts and a couple of snipers, or all of my intercessors, and drop them wherever the fuck I want on the battlefield. The great thing about it, and the reason I selected who I selected, is all of these characters have ridiculous range. The suppressors, the eliminators, the aggressors, their range is nuts. So basically what I can do is I can post them at range behind my scouts and my intercessors, which are close range, and have them capture objectives with supporting fire. On top of that, if these guys don't work, I got these guys waiting in reserve, because I can literally teleport them wherever the fuck I want them. And a bunch of Terminators on the center objective, especially ones with claws. That's a bad fucking day, man. So yeah. So that's how this works. Now, to download this mod for the game, because this is a mod, you can just Google Force.org, and it should come up. And then the website you're going to go to build your army is called newrecruit.eu. Yes, this is a virtual 40k tabletop. Now, it doesn't have every faction. Let me just... I'll show you what it's got. It's got Tyranids from different hive fleets. The Tau, the Orcs, the Necrons, the Leagues of Votan, which are dwarves, Gene Stealers, Drukhari, Eldar, the Guard, Titans, the Knights, the Mechanicus, the Adeptus Sororitas, which this also includes the Inquisition, the Custodes, the Agents of the Imperium, so the Assassinorum and stuff like that, the Grey Knights, the Death Watch, the Blood Angels, the Black Templars, the Space Wolves, and the Dark Angels. And then over here we have, this drop down has the White Scars, the Salamanders, the Raven Guard, the Iron Hands, the Imperial Fists, and the Ultramarines. For Chaos Marines, you can do that. You can do the Alpha Legion. You can do the Night Lords, the Death Guard, the Thousand Sons, the World Eaters. Admittedly, the World Eaters do not have a lot to them, because they just don't have a lot of units. I'll load up World Eaters real quick. You'll be shocked as to how many. Yeah, there's no Shark Boys. This is it for the World Eaters. Because most of your units on World Eaters are just going to be these guys. Just Khorne Berserkers. That's all you need, really. Khorne Berserkers, maybe a couple of 8-bound. Because the big thing that these guys have is their Terminators are really good. You can use Demon Princess of Khorne. You've got Lords of Skulls, a Ravager, the Brass Scorpion, a Helldrake, a Defiler. Like, you got cool demon options and stuff like that. Hellbrutes. But the big thing that you got with the World Eaters is this guy. Angron. So there's not a lot of variation, but that's the thing about the World Eaters. The World Eaters are very straightforward. They are Khorne incarnate. They just want to come into the fight and smash your face in. That's all they do. They have like a little bit of ranged attacks, but not a lot. They are primarily melee focused. They just want to get in your fucking grill. Which is why I have a Raven Guard army. Because fuck that. If I don't have to fight you face to face, I'm not going to. So the World Eaters don't have a lot. Emperor's Children, you can have an army of just demons or Chaos Knights. I'm of the opinion that the coolest looking army that they've done in this is probably the Death Guard. The Death Guard have a lot of cool units. Fucked up looking, but cool. Even then, it's not the biggest military. I think the biggest military is the Ultramarines. I'll load it up here in a minute. Because, yeah, you got Mortarion. Got Demon Princes of Nurgle. Lords of Virulence. Lords of Contagions. Sorcerers. Where is that little shit? There's Typhus back here hiding. A lot of detail put into these guys. Plus you got Demons of Nurgle, Glitchlings, you got Float Drones, Blight Haulers, Desecrators, and then these are kind of just standard recolors. Cultists, Sorcerers, stuff like that. Surprisingly, though, And now one thing you'll notice here is that there's no Demons of Nurgle, or barely any. That's because what you can do is you can, as you'll notice here in the model staging zone, anything you put right here stays here when you clear the board. So you can clear the board. So you load up all your all that stuff for Mortarion, right? And then you can just go to load Chaos Demons. Are the Night Lords in here? Yes. I'll show them off here in a second, because they got some pretty cool looking stuff. Now here's what's really cool about the Demons of Chaos. Some of them are animated. Excuse me. Pretty cool, huh? But you got Bellicor over here. Probably one of my... If he's not my favorite 40k design, he's pretty up there. Or my favorite Warhammer demon design. Bellicor's pretty dope. Not to mention one of my favorite bands out there is named after him. We got our Cornate Demons here. That is so fucking cool, isn't it? Which I'm pretty sure they just took those from Dawn of War, but still. But you can pick your Demons of the Corn. Then you got your Great Unclean Ones back here. Rodigus. They got an animated Great Unclean One. So this way, whichever Chaos Army you choose, if you have demons in it, you can load them up really easily. Because here's all the ones of Tzeentch. Of course, the big one to mention here is the Kairos and the Lords of Change. I don't know if it's Kairos if we fight him. Some people have suggested that you fight Kairos in Space Marine 2. I don't think so. I think it was just a normal Lord of Change like this. Because Kairos has multiple heads. And then we've got our Demonetization crew. Our Slaneshis. You know, the ones that the Eldar hate fucked into existence. So the demons are pretty cool. But yeah, there are Night Lords. Not a lot of them, but they are here. They are Chaos Undivided, though. They can be marked as Chaos Undivided, so you can actually include demons in your army if you want to. Because some Night Lord warbands do use demons and they do use magic. Others fucking despise it. Because that's sort of one of those things where, like, you can kind of classify the Night Lords as traitors, but if you can't necessarily they're not always chaos, if that makes sense. But we've got our Night Lords here. Legionnaires, a Warpsmith, Master of Executions, Jump Pack Lord, Chaos Lord, and the Warp Talons. So, pretty cool stuff with the Night Lords. Not a whole lot going on here. Let's clear them out. But yeah, Chaos Marines. There are Alpha Legion models as well. So if you want an army full of Altharius, so you've got it. The Thousand Sons, though, I think are some of the more impressive. Is this the army that has Vashtor in it? It's not. It does have Magnus, though. I gotta say, that Magnus mini is fucking crazy. Him and his horn nipples. Yeah, Thousand Sons are very popular, and it's easy to see why. They got a great aesthetic to them. These little bastards, these Zangor and Lightens, we're actually going to be they're going to be coming with the new Space Marine 2 update. So I'm excited to fight them. Got our Terminators down here. Those are Sorcerer Terminators. Where's the standard Terminators? Is this them? No, those are Sorcerers. There we go. So these are the ones you fight in Space Marine 2. These Scarab Occult Terminators. These are, like, the enemies in the game are literally taken straight from the tabletop. Same loadout and everything. It's pretty wild. In fact, I think most of these enemies are straight up in there as well. Because there's your Rubric Bolters and the Warp Flamers. You fight these two guys a lot. And then your Sorcerers. Which they can be annoying to fight as well. I love this one right here. Infernal Master. And then, yeah, you got your Primarch with Magnus. You can get, and then you can have Ahriman either on a disc or off. And I think these have different point values. So, 1,000 Suns are pretty cool looking. It's impressive, like, the level of detail that they put into this. I'm going to load the Chaos Demons again. Because I want to say that Vashtor is in here. Did I just miss him earlier? That's Angrath. There's Kabanda. A Bloodthirster. Be'lakor. Oh, I know where Vashtor is. I know where he's at. Clear that. So we go here. So one thing to mention is this Chaos Marines here. This is the Black Legion. Primarily the Black Legion. Though it's basically just Chaos Undivided, but there's not a lot of different factions outside of the main ones. So I'll show you what's all in here. But there's a lot. If the Horus Heresy didn't happen, the Night Lords would have still gone traitor. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. There he is. Vashtor the Archathane. So he's in the Chaos Undivided camp, because you've got Abaddon the Despoiler there. Fabius Bile is here as well. I think there's a variation with him in his helmet. Nope. You got Lucius the Eternal. Who else is back here? Different demon princes of different alignments. So a little bit of everything. Because again, it's Chaos Undivided. You even got an Iron Warrior's Chaos Lord here. Some Nurgle stuff back here. Felgors. But yeah, most of these are Black Legion. But you still get your Cornates You get your Noise Marines, which I hate the Emperor's Children, but I gotta admit, this is really dope. Noise Marines are kind of cool. I won't lie. Noise Marines are kind of cool. But you got some Thousand Suns here. You got some Death Guard, some Plague Marines. But it's mostly Black Legion. But yeah, if you want the Chaos Undivided experience, this is what you pick. Because there's so much variation here. Really like the look of these Thousand Suns here too. And then back here, these bags are all like different kinds of Legionnaires and Champions and stuff like that. So. But they've got cool looking vehicles. They have bikes as well. They got Mauler Fiends. Just straight up badass looking tanks. They have Land Raiders and Vindicators. Helldrakes, of course. And then a bunch of different Hellbrute variants. Their Hellbrutes are probably the most normal looking. That sucks, Penny Alabaka. Tell me they didn't succeed. Now here's another Iron Warriors thing, though. As a Ford, they've got a Mauler Fiend from them. So there's some Iron Warrior stuff in here, but there's not very much, sadly. The unfortunate thing about the Iron Warriors is just like among Chaos, they're not that popular. Everybody loves the Black Legion because they're kind of like they're kind of the Ultramarines of Chaos in a sense. A lot of you like the Night Lords. I have to say, like, the Night Lords have gone up in popularity largely because of Bricky. Nothing against, and by the way, that's not a negative. The Night Lords do have a cool aesthetic. But Bricky liking them has led to a lot of people checking them out. But the next one we'll look at, this one's for you, boss. We gonna look at the boys. 719 individual models for the orcs. And yes, they have one of the big-ass fortresses. Excuse me. One thing that's kind of funny, I've come to this conclusion. If I ever get to write for like the Black Library, should I ever get that opportunity, I don't think I will, but at some point I'm going to try. The one thing I want to make canon is that the orcs call Raven Guard Sneaky Beakies. But yeah, you can use a Great Gargant. They have one modeled in here. Looted Knights. Workshops for Mech Boys. Got Kill Rigs, Gorkanauts, Morkanauts, Stompa. Excuse me. They got all the boys down here, man. Beautifully modeled. And it wouldn't be an orc army without gas. Gazgul Draga. What do you mean I got too much metal on me? I say I ain't got enough. What do you mean, how does it work? I hit the power button, it turns on, and I kill stuff. It ain't complicated, boy. Yeah, these are beautifully, beautifully done. We got Burna Boys. We got Orc Commandos. A lot of Orc Commandos. Ludas. Tank Busters. Storm Boys. Def Culpa. I become Cockney every time I look at Orc stuff. Sycamon Angron for Yarrick. He would... Yeah, that's going to happen at some point. Oi, you big onagate! You deprived me of a good fight. You killed Yorick, so you're going to take his place. So yeah, the boys look really good. And the one thing I love about orcs, or like, in interacting and talking to people throughout the years who have tried to get, like, the funny thing about a lot of people that have tried to get me into 40k over the years before I started really getting into it, a lot of them were orc players. And they were like some of the coolest and most fun. This is a commonality with 40k players that I've noticed, is like the most fun dudes who love it the most play either the orcs or the Death Guard. And they're just having a blast. They're just having fun with it. And that's the sort of thing that, like, attracts me to a hobby. If everybody that is playing it is having fun, I want to be there. That's it for me. If everybody's having fun, I want to be there. And this is the one thing that I absolutely love about 40k. It is so much fun. The lore is fun. The games are fun, for the most part. You know, like, there's just a lot of fun to be had. Let's look at the Blood Angels. Bricky said how most of the chill folks are orc players. Yeah, that is, you kind of have to be. What's going on with... Oh, I'm having connection issues. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to turn up something here that will possibly help. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But yeah, it is, it's a YouTube problem. Hey, Gage, thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. So finally, we'll look at the Blood Angels here. The Blood Angels have a lot of stuff. They are a huge faction. Because you've got the Sanguinary Guard back here. You got the Death Company, who see everybody as Horus. Sanguinary Priests. But the big thing about them is they got dope-looking hero units. Sanguinor, Carlin, Dante himself. Another one for the Sanguinor. Gabriel Seth. Astorath the Grim, whose armor is an homage to the 1990s Dracula movie. And then, of course, you got Mephiston, Dante's right-hand man. And then Lamarty's the head of the head of the Death Company. So yeah, good stuff all around. Even have Death Company Terminators. So, alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it there for the night. I'm going to go bundle up somewhere nice and warm for the evening because it is very cold. I'm also going to get some food in me. I didn't eat breakfast. And we will be back in a couple of days to hang out once again. But until then, have yourselves a great night, and I will see you all next time.